Welcome in the kitchen, everybody. So glad y'all are here and you're going to join me. We're going to cook supper right now. We are going to fix some ground chicken sandwiches. Andy, unlock a door for Daddy. He's got Daddy locked out. He's got the mister locked out. Yeah, she did. So here's my ground chicken. Into my bowl. And y'all know I use ground chicken breast. I'll bring y'all down just a little bit. You can see better maybe. Here we are in the bowl, ground chicken. Boom, right there, ground chicken. A bowl and one egg. Y'all, I'm just making this up as I go. Just kind of winging it here. An egg. Let me grab me a fork to stir this up with. Get that to going. Add in just a little bit of this chicken bouillon. This is a little bit, about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. That's it, because I'm going to add some other seasonings. I just want that to add a little extra chicken flavor to it. And y'all, this doesn't have any fat in it at all. None at all. I cut it all out. So, we're going to add us some mayo. About like that, a dollop. I'm going to stir that in. That'll also give it a good flavor. Now we're going to have to add us something else, because that's not going to make a patty, is it? Nope, it's not. So, let's see. Let's add us a little bit of flour. Kind of like you would if you were making a potato cake. Okay. That's about maybe a third of a cup. I just want something in here so this will hold together so I can make a patty. Like I said, y'all, I'm just making this up as I go along. Let's add some onion powder, because we like to add onions. We're going to add some ground celery seeds, because we like that celery flavor, but we don't want like a seed something in here. And we're going to add our herb de Provence. Y'all know we like that a lot. Okay. All that in. I still don't think I can make that into a patty. A little more flour in it. I was hoping to roll them and fry them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I think I'm just going to have to roll them in the cracker crumbs and not in the egg. But we've got an egg in it and we've got flour in it, so, you know, it'll be the same. I'm just mixing all that up. Let's see if we can get this to stick together. Not yet. It's still messy and goopy. I may have a big old mess here. It may not be fit to eat, y'all. It may not be fit to eat. What can I do with it? What can I do with it? Y'all tell me, I'm thinking. What can go in there? Some potato flakes. That's a good idea. actual potato flakes. But this is those hash browns. I'm gonna throw some of those in there. Anything to kind of stiffen it up and get it to hold together. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do with this. I believe that'll work. Just put it in the cracker crumbs, just like that. Alrighty. Let me grab a plate right here. Alright, let's see if we can do that. Andy's over there in the window on his little perch. I have to get out some more cracker crumbs. Make some more cracker crumbs. This was one sleeve of crackers, y'all. And it might be enough. There's 3 good big ones there. I'll let these sit here a minute and get all happy in their new form so that they will get me a spatula because I got enough to do one more. I probably put too much mayo in there because it was real liquidy and I should have put I'll lay that one right in there. I'm going to wash my hands a bit. Alright, now we're going to cook us some French fries too. I'm going to go ahead and get those started. Yes, I am. I'm gonna put this stuff up. I'll be back when I get ready to fry these burgers up, and I'm also gonna fry some French fries in the meantime. Okay, y'all, I'm over here cooking these French fries. And I sent the mister a message to see if he'll come in and do a story time with y'all. I know he's got a story. He always has a good story. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leak a little bit. He's been working on a book. I think it'll be real good. And no, it's not about us. It's kind of a novel based on true facts of kind of. But I think it's going to be real good. So, turn the lights on. There's Mr. Andy going to lights on. I've got our oil on right here for our chicken burgers. Alright, let's see if it's hot. I can start laying those in there, and I can. It's good and hot. Yeah, those have firmed up nicely. We'll get those 40 going, and then we'll get our other 2 in there. And I forgot to salt and pepper them because I was going to do that. So I'm just going to do it right like this. Just a little bit of salt. And just a little bit of pepper. Because, you know, we need salt and pepper, don't we? Oh, it's been an awful windy day here. Windy, windy, windy. It's March for sure. It's blowing old man winter away. Yes, it is. It's going to blow old man winter away. Yeah, these are going to hold together. Yay! We just needed to get acquainted together and decide they liked each other well enough to stay married, I guess. Try to rotate them a little bit because the center is always a little hotter than the outside edge of the skillet because my eye's not as big as my skillet. We have to make sure we get these good and done because that chicken was raw. So we will test them with our handy dandy little thermometer right here. Bring y'all over just a little closer if y'all want to get a little closer in on the action. There, how's that? I've got us some lettuce and tomato cut up over here to put on our burgers because I just think that will just take them to the next level. I do. I love lettuce and tomato. see what it looks like. If I can get my spatula under it. That one needs to be turned as well. Check this one. Those are looking good. I'm gonna have to move y'all back just a little bit to get my handle my skillet around here. That one I'll probably have to turn back over in a minute. Just test them and see what the middle temperature is on them. Got to get to at least 160 degrees. It's not even there, it's at 82. So they've got to cook a little bit. Our fries are doing just lovely. I'll add a little more oil into this because I don't want that to burn. I probably didn't have enough oil in there to start with. Now then, let's see if that'll. It's coming up, but they're not done yet. We definitely do not want underdone ground chicken, do we? We definitely do not want underdone ground chicken. We'd like to taste the corner though and see if it's seasoned well. Let's see if I can get just a little. There's just a little tiny bite there. Now we'll taste this little bite right here. I hope it's more than just a cracker crumb. I think it is. Maybe it wasn't. That is. Oh, we need you for story time. You got a good story?
You're tipping that bad that you have to have a story time supplement?
Yeah, I do. Tonight.
Okay.
I told you he'd have a story.
This is another Andy story, but I'll try to. Let's just say I'll try to tell this one as delicately as I can. But
Delicate.
Please bear with me. Now, let me first preface this with, well, I'm just a country bumpkin. Grew up on a farm. Come from generations of people that grew up on the farm, grew up out in the country. And Andy's been raised on a farm, and Andy's taken up with that country thing. Now, the thing about living in the country is, men tend to share some freedoms in the country that they don't in the city. I can't exactly imagine doing this in downtown Manhattan, or something such as that, or in some, well, that looks pretty good. What do we have?
Chicken burger sandwiches.
Chicken burger sandwich.
Chicken sandwiches. I took ground chicken and seasoned it and stuff, and we're gonna have burgers, cause I bought those buns and I didn't have the other stuff I wanted at Aldi, so this is what
Okay.
we're having.
Anyhow,
Okay, back to our story.
Back to my story. Men and, well, I don't know, it's probably universal if you come right down to it. I was about to say men in the South, but men are more comfortable with the outdoors, you know. We don't always search out restrooms. We, you know, we conveniently use, you know, backside tree or wherever else, or wherever. Anyhow, just to give you a background story on that, you know, and you know, that's just one of those things that, you know, you just kind of learn, you know, growing up, you know, you see your dad using the tree, and your uncles and friends and cousins and everybody else. So, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, it's just what you do, you know. 'Cause, you know, us men need to take that one little advantage we have over some of the women, because I know the women are envious of that. But anyhow. But, you know, fortunately, most of us realize that there's certain times you do that and certain times you don't do that. You do not do it in polite company. You do not do it in a crowd or anything else. Or, you know, you kind of do it.
On Main Street, USA.
You're out somewhere. Well, those of you that have watched a lot of Lynne's videos before will recognize that we go to a local place called Pals to get our fix. It's an all-time favorite of Andy. He has to have a hot dog and fries and raspberry tea every night. But anyhow, this has been, it's been a couple of years ago. And there's several Pals locations in our area. Gosh, there's 20, 25 or so.
Oh, there's all over.
There's 4 or 5 or 6 within easy driving range of our house that we usually go to. But we were out at this one Pals location. It's not the one we frequent the most, but we still go there quite a bit. And as you go through the Pals line, you go around the building, you get your food. And this particular one, that you park just basically right in front of the building. And there's always a line of cars at Pals. Always a line of cars. I mean, there will be 10 or 12 cars backed up to get to the drive-through. And in this one particular location, people even back out into the main street that runs parallel to this front parking space. So anyhow, it's just Andy and myself. We go to Pals this day. We get our usual, and we're sitting there, you know, it's at breakfast time, I believe. And we're sitting there and I'm enjoying my ham biscuit and my Pals tea, which is incredible. And Andy, I think at this time, Andy was still eating a sausage biscuit. And it was a real game changer when we came to find out that you can get your lunch menu any time of the day. It was a game changer for Andy, at least. So we were sitting there enjoying our food. And I just happened to notice, casually, there was a guy sitting next to us. He was in like a small van, and it was he was some type of workman or something, did some type of service work, and this and that. He was an older gentleman, had gray hair, and he was just sitting there. I guess he was enjoying his meal or whatever else. And we were sitting there, and everything was going fine. Now, out in front of Pals just keeps her locations just pristine. I mean, the yard is mowed down just great like this. The grass just looks like a park. And I mean, everything, this place is just immaculate. And we were sitting there. All of a sudden, Andy just jumps up out of the car. He runs up in front of the car. Now, between the car and the main road out here, there's probably about 40 foot. And out in the main road, at least there's 4 or 5 cars backed up out here waiting to turn to get into the Pals. So Andy just jumps up. And for no reason at all, he just runs right out there in front of the car, right about like 10 or 15 foot in front of the car, you know, about halfway between the car and the road. And I'm thinking, no, let's let it not be what I think it's going to be. But yes, indeed, it was. Andy decided that he was feeling like he was out in the middle of a 200-acre pasture field with no one around. And, well, you know, he just decided he's just going to start relieving himself right there on the pristine pal's yard. I'm like, there ain't no point in me trying to call him out or anything else. Nature's just got to take its course. I'm telling you. Some things you just don't stop, especially with Andy or around most anybody else at this point in time. But the funniest thing was, and there was a lot of funny to this. I mean, I'm sure that there's people that are still talking about that time they drove by Paul's, and there was a guy standing in the front yard out here relieving himself. I'm sure of that. And I'm thinking, Lord, I'm just glad the police wouldn't come by at that point. But the craziest thing was, I just happened to glance over, and here sat this man in this van. And this is what really got funnier to me. I mean, it was real funny that Andy just jumped out on the front yard out there at Powell's in front of God and everybody and 10,000 people in the community. But this man just sat over here, and he just over here just eating his food just right away. And it's like, and I mean, Andy was like right 20 foot in front of his van. I mean, he was in clear view. I mean, there's no way the man could have missed him. There's absolutely no way. It's like, you know, you can't see the Goodyear blimp seat in your front yard. And I just noticed as I was noticing, you know, well, in horror for two reasons. Well, number one, he was out there displaying himself in public in front of everyone. But this man just sat over here, he just eating away on his food. Like absolutely nothing. I mean, it's just like nothing happened. Well, Andy turns around, comes back and gets in the car, and I decided, much like the time for Dairy Queen, I decided, meal time's over. We've got to get out of here. So I got in there and I started the car and I threw it in reverse right fast and we left. But as I said, the man just sat right there. And it was just like, you know, it would be kind of like if you were sitting in your car and there was a huge fire right in front of you, you know, like an entire skyscraper was on fire. You were just sitting there. So, you know, I mean, I guess maybe the guy felt at this point in time, he says, well, I guess I've seen it all now, but whew, I hate to think what all he's seen. But anyhow, that's Andy. Now, maybe if he had grown up in a more highbrow environment, you know, with more being surrounded by more gentlemen, you know, and better manners and all that stuff, this would have not happened. He would have turned to me and said, Father, I must relieve myself in the restroom, you know, or something like that. But
he never tells us he has to go, ever. If we're traveling or anything, he never says a word.
No. Unlike our daughter, which
When she says it, it's like an emergency situation.
Yeah.
Or it used to be. She's gotten a lot better as she's gotten older.
As I've always said, and I don't know most of you viewers, which we're going to continue to be losing subscribers.
I hope not.
When it comes down now, personally, me speaking, you know, when I have to go, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, especially traveling or something, you know, I like to hear this little gentle voice in my ear going, hello, you may need to stop. Your bladder's feeling just a little uncomfortable. You know, you may need to stop at some point in time. I go on down the roadways and this and that. And, you know, it gets a little louder. Hello. There should be some rest stops and places up ahead. You maybe ought to take one. You know, and then finally it's like, you know, you've really got to go, or you're going to have a real accident right here. You know, and then finally it gets down to the point. But you better hope your zipper's not jammed, because it's got to happen now. You know, Macy's not like that. I imagine hers is just all of a sudden, like, she's just going like, and all of a sudden it's like an air raid siren goes off. So,
but she's doing better.
Yeah.
She's doing better.
Yeah. Okay, that's my story. I know it was kind of lame. Not as good as a very funny story. I guess I'll tell you one about. Have I ever told them the one? No, I'm not gonna tell it today.
Oh, okay, we'll save it for
If
another
I ever
time.
told them one about my granny and the cat, I'll tell them.
I don't think you've told them about
Okay.
Granny and the cat.
That
Let
way.
us know if you've heard Granny and the cat
That's
story.
okay.
That's a good one. That's a real good one about Granny and the cat. Yeah, that's a good one. I got one about Gran too. I'll tell you mine about Gran real quick. We'd been dating a couple of years, I guess.
Oh, that ain't funny.
No, it's not funny, but it's a story about Gran. And we'd been dating a couple of years, and he got me this little ring for Christmas that year. It wasn't an engagement ring or anything. It's just a pretty little ring. And it had a few little diamonds in it, little tiny, tiny diamonds, because we were young and poor and had no money. And so she lived in a assisted living, and we'd go every Sunday night to visit her. Every Sunday night we would eat dinner and go see Gran. And so we went, and I showed it to her. She said, "Is that what I think it is?" I said, "No, I don't think so." She said, "Well, I think you ought to claim it as one. I think it ought to be." So we didn't get engaged or married, either one, before Gran passed away, but she said that to me, and I always kind of felt like maybe she approved of me just a little bit. So, you know, we lived in her house for 30-some years. So, y'all, I think our our chicken burgers are done, our fries are done. It's time to eat. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna make me a sandwich here. Put y'all right there. I'll make a sandwich. These are big old patties. I thought they might shrink up, but they did not. Look, what is my bun here?
All of you, I don't know when this video's coming out, but today is an extremely nasty weather day, especially a little bit to the west of us. A lot of tornadoes, a lot of damage, and I just hope all of you are in a safe place and keep an eye on the weather. And hopefully here we won't have any of those problems. Tornadoes are pretty rare right here in our area, but
We've had some.
it's gonna be pretty bad in like Alabama, Mississippi, and probably western Tennessee.
Yeah, it's very windy, and we've just had wind, nothing more than just wind, but it has been kind of nasty here today. I'm gonna get out some of our fancy salt and use this on my lettuce and tomato. I really like that salt. All right, let's see if I can get this thing together. I'm gonna cut it in two. That looks good. Look at that sandwich. Doesn't that look yummy? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Big old fat sandwich. I'll get us some fries here. Now let's give this a taste. If we can get our mouth around it. I don't know if we can. Mmm. Y'all, that turned out delicious. Oh my goodness. That's delicious. You'll have to make you some. I made a mess with it, tasting it. I did. But it is good. That made a really good sandwich. Yum. Oh. There's There's our fries. I'll let them cool just a minute. I've had them in a hot oven staying warm. You all remember, stay safe from all the bad weather, and we'll have more this spring and summer. And like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.